Hi, everybody. Coming up on 8 o'clock in the morning on the Saturday. And as the sports announcers say, are you ready? We have an atmospheric river that will start pushing steady rain along the coast later this morning and into the valley. I would say we're going to be in the main rain shield no earlier than about noon, but no later than about 2 o'clock in terms of into Salem, Portland, and Vancouver. There are some showers out there early at this morning, but if you look at the satellite picture, I grabbed this about an hour ago. Right in here, this is the atmospheric river. So the rain shield or area from this has not yet pushed in. So once this pushes inland later this morning, somewhere between noon and 2 across I-5, that's when we'll be into the widespread. Now it's raining. Now it's not going to stop until maybe the back end of Sunday. And this is where the term atmospheric river comes from. It's an elongated flow of moisture that just keeps pumping and channeling into some area into the same area. One of you mentioned in the comments, Rod, you hate that term. You don't like to use it. Well, because forecasters have started to fall in love with this term, and they'll use it when it's a single rain band from a single cold front that passes through an area, and maybe you get 12 hours of rain from that or 8 hours of rain from that. But generally you get less than an inch. So this, as you can see, is not just an elongated frontal band of moisture. It's a flow pattern, elongated river, if you will, that's going to be moving in. And we're talking about 36 hours or so of steady rain starting today, going through the back half of tomorrow with inches of rain absolutely coming down. Rising river levels, I don't think overly concerned, but on the radar to watch. We're talking about coast range rivers, high water spots ponding on area roadways, especially by Sunday morning, becoming a concern. So you get the picture. Here we go with a lot of rain coming in. Now, these atmospheric river flows are almost always tropical in nature this one is forming just north of Hawaii. When they come from that Hawaii region, that's where the nickname Pineapple Express comes from. And they almost always push moisture plumes up into your area that come with dew points of 50 degrees or higher. That's important because if you do the research on this, you'll find it's pretty rare for Portland to get an inch of rain in a 24-hour period if you don't have a dew point of 50. That's a measurement of the water vapor content in the air being enough to produce that type of rain totals. And also because of all of that, you get rising snow levels. So snow level is on its way up to 7,000 feet today. It'll hold that way tomorrow. So this main event, which is I misspelled the word Saturday. I apologize. Saturday, obviously. Um, you get rain up through 7,000 feet today and tomorrow. So that's just heavy rain for Cascade travel. The atmospheric river breaks up the back half of Sunday or Sunday night, but there's a front that comes in on Monday. So this will be rain at times into Monday with snow levels eventually down to 4,000 feet. Some showery weather left over Tuesday with snow levels near 4,000 feet. And then it still looks like we'll be off and running with a little run of sunny, very warm days, the warmest we've seen so far this year. Notice Wednesday is a sunny day with snow levels back up to 8,000 feet. Okay, I'll get you into all the animations of the rain, how much we're going to get. First off, we're sponsored by the Momentous Wealth podcast. You can listen on Apple Podcasts. You can listen on Spotify. These are investment topics meant to educate you, brought from a local firm, Momentous Wealth Management, licensed in Oregon and Washington for your investment, 401k needs, et cetera, et cetera. All right, here we go. Let's go around the horn real quick. I just want to check in with our four National Weather Service offices in the region, starting with Seattle. Here's their watch warning map. You've got avalanche warnings for the Olympics and the Cascades in blue. That's pretty typical. You get heavy rain is heavy, right? So you get rain falling into the snowpack. Now you've got a weight shift, and so that makes sense as you have avalanche warnings. Here's the flood watch in green, which does include Seattle. This flood watch is in effect from Sunday morning through late Tuesday night. So the rain starts today. By Sunday morning, we really start to notice rising rivers, some high water spots, ponding on roadways, etc. That's why the flood watch is up from Sunday morning through late Tuesday night. For the mountain ranges, they're talking about 3 to 5 inches of rain, it looks like, and their snow level again up to about 7,000 feet. So very similar to what I'm looking at here in Oregon. So let's go down to office number 2. Let's drop down to Medford. Immediately, you're mainly talking about in these brownish tones, high wind watch is up. High wind watch. Now, this is interesting. High wind watch now in effect all the way through Monday morning. Now in effect from Monday morning through Monday evening. All right. So you got south winds, 35 to 45 mile per hour gusts up to about 65 miles per hour times. There's a couple lows approaching. One of them approaches later or overnight tonight. Another one approaches overnight Sunday night into Monday morning. So those would be the best spike windows for 65 mile per hour wind gust. Okay. You run out to Pendleton, office number 3. The light green is just discussion of the Weather Service saying, hey, we have a lot of water coming. But here's a high wind watch. This is for Pendleton and Hermiston. High wind watch remains in effect. Again, this is Monday morning through late Monday night. I think I misspoke on the Medford one. These are watches that are already put out in advance for Pendleton. This is Monday morning through late Monday night. It's kind of interesting they'll put this watch out this early. But that's that second trailing low Sunday night into Monday morning, which will have the best chance of bringing high winds, gusting up to about 60 miles per hour. And that's the same main wind window for that second low down in Medford. Let's go to our final National Weather Service office here in Portland. No watches or warnings locally. This is the light greens, just the discussion of, hey, we have a lot of water coming. All right, let's take a look at the animations. Pardon me. This is the future radar product meant to show you what the radar potentially is going to look like from the National Blended Model. This is this morning at 7 a.m. We have showers actually pushing across the Portland area at this time. But what this is going to show you is here's 1 p.m. this afternoon. This is the atmospheric river beginning. So if this were exactly correct, there could be some light rain falling in Portland, but the main event is just pushing along the Oregon coast and up into the Coast Range and starting to push across the Puget Sound. The yellow is the heavier rain, the green is the lighter rain amounts. And then this afternoon, here we are at 4 p.m. Now it's widespread, all of Western Oregon and Washington. There's no break in the rainfall tonight, no break in the rainfall into early Sunday morning, a mix of yellow and green. That's good, moderate to fairly heavy rain rates at times. Absolutely widespread from the Canadian border to the California border, all rain over the Cascades through the gorge. You get a bit of a rain shadowing effect out here in the east and parts of central Oregon at times. At times, you folks will see measurable rain, and then the rain picks up in the mountains across the east. Okay, this is Sunday morning at 4 a.m. Let me play this into Sunday at 4 p.m. Here's Sunday at 4 p.m. I really don't think we get much of any break from once it starts today, somewhere in Portland between noon and 2 through 4 p.m. Sunday. I think that's our big stretch of 24-hour, 30-hour, absolutely steady, widespread rain here in the western portions of our state, and to a large degree through the gorge and out east as well. Now, all that, well, this is as far as this one goes. But see, this is Sunday at 4 p.m. See, there's a break offshore. So at some point late Sunday afternoon, or maybe not until Sunday evening into the night, the main atmospheric river starts to break up. But we'll still see shots of rain coming in from the trailing cold front that comes in on Monday, if that makes sense. Okay, how much are we talking about? This is total rain amounts from right now all the way through through Monday evening at 7 p.m. So total rain from right now, Saturday morning, through 7 p.m. on Monday. Again, there's some breaks Sunday overnight, but a pretty good shot of rain Monday will be attached to all this. Models have been really consistent. So if you just start at the coast, you've got over 3 inches. The central Washington coast, you've got a bullseye of over 4 inches in Tillamook County. You see the brown area? That's a bullseye of potentially 6 inches of rain or more. And remember, the Wilson River coming out of the Coast Range in the Tillamook is one that we always watch for a heightened potential of getting over its banks. And then you go down to another bullseye, maybe 6, 7, 8 inches of rain in elevated terrain in southwestern Oregon. You've got up and down I-5, 2 inches in Seattle, 2.5 Kelso Longview, over 2 in Portland. There are models that show we could have some 3-inch rain spikes up and down parts of the I-5 corridor. This does not show as much rain down to the south for a stretch until you get into the elevated terrain of southern Oregon into the Cascades. So if you can see that, and into the Siskiyous. Plenty of rain out east. So if these rain amounts come true, I think they're not enough to really cause a widespread concern of flooding, but they are enough that there could be mainly a river or two coming out of the Coast Range that goes over its banks. And clearly it's enough for sloppy weather, for ponding on area roadways developing Saturday overnight tonight into Sunday morning. Okay, I do want to touch on wind. There's 2 lows that I'm watching. So let me show you this. This is this afternoon, this morning, starting at 10 a.m. So this morning at 10 a.m., look at the wind gusts, 50 miles per hour in these yellow areas, 40 to 50, but that's holding just offshore. Not much wind inland. And let me play this, I'm going to play it until 4 p.m. Now we're playing this into this afternoon. Now we're starting to see some of these 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts approaching the coast. There's a 61 gust offshore. And now we're seeing these will be southwest winds racing up the valley, gusting to 20 or better. This shows maybe some 40-mile-per-hour winds, especially getting into the west slopes of the Cascades up in Central Oregon. Remember, there's a low that comes in overnight tonight, early Sunday morning, that brings a wind spike. Now, by the time we get into the daytime tomorrow, the winds that pick up later today and tonight kind of fade away. This still shows there could be some 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts down along the central coast, 20 plus in parts of the Willamette Valley. And then the second low, which brings the biggest wind threat, and it's the one that has those wind warnings attached to it, comes in Sunday night into Monday morning. So let's see what happens going into Monday morning. Here's Monday morning at 4 a.m. This shows you a big push of wind coming up along the southern coast of Oregon, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And then this expands. Remember, Sunday is the day that you have that low overnight into early morning, and then the front slowly comes in during the day Monday. Again, some breaks in the rain Monday, but there will be a period of very rainy weather as this final front comes in. And the models really like some wind along that final front. This is 10 o'clock Monday morning. There's a potential wind watch along the coast if this comes true for 50 plus mile per hour winds and maybe 60. And you've got winds picking up to maybe 33 miles per hour down in looks like portions of Lynn County. That's down around Albany. And then here's in the afternoon Monday. Now the main rain shield is starting to whip up back, curl back to the northwest. This shows 40-mile-per-hour wind gust on Monday up and down I-5. I think that's overdone, but you get the idea. There's a period of wind we will be watching. Then by the time we get into Tuesday morning, the front is past. The atmospheric river has been gone for a while now. We've got some lingering showers, and the winds on Tuesday, here's Tuesday morning, in terms of any higher wind threat, really fade away. Now we've got light winds developing into Tuesday afternoon. Okay, so that's interesting. All right. How about upper flow pattern? I haven't looked at this in a while. Let me take you out of ways. This is this morning. So this doesn't look over. You just look at it, you're like, hey, what's going on? Nothing, right? You see this cold trough out here in the Gulf of Alaska, but notice this is this morning, Saturday. See the 564 number? That's 564 millibar contour coming right in to about Salem. 564 contour is the height of the main jet stream flow. I often talk about the polar jet, which is more up here where you see the thickening blue contour between 540 and 546. But these atmospheric rivers almost always are accompanied with the jet stream flowing. And I talked about this the other day. So this shows the jet stream into us today. Let's go to this afternoon. 564 contour right into Portland. Got this cold trough up to our north. That's a jet stream flow. Let's go into Sunday morning. Here's Sunday morning. 73, 76. There's a jet stream flow down into the central Willamette Valley, coming right at us. Colder air up to our north. Remember, we've got snow levels up to 7,000 feet for crying out loud. And then here we are Monday, Sunday afternoon, 70, 60. Jet stream is down here in the central to southern Oregon, but still a very active flow pattern coming into us. And then remember, the front comes in Monday. The atmospheric rivers today through Sunday. We get some breaks in the rain Sunday night. We have the front with rain picking up during the day on Monday. So here's Monday morning. Here's the cold trough where we would have the front. And then this, look at that right there. There's colder air just nearing the coast. And then here's the trough crossing into Monday evening. So the front arrives into Portland with a slow passage about 4 p.m. Monday. This shows the upper trough moving through. And snow levels down to about 4,000 feet at that time. And then we got some lingering showers on Tuesday, but right in here into Wednesday, this is that spike of warm weather. Look at this. That's all dry. That's sunny. That's temperatures getting up into the 60s, it looks like here in Portland anyway, on Wednesday, Thursday, and potentially Friday. And then there's a weakening trough offshore that kind of splits that the modeling has been showing that there's a chance of rain coming at us for this weekend. So that initial what looked like it could be some rain falls apart. So that gives us all dry weather on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then here's the next trough, which looks like it weakens too. It's right here, but the models are liking some rain developing during the day, Saturday. Not much cold air with that. And then if I just play this, remember I was looking at some cold air potential going into the first 10 days of March? Well, the models have kind of backed off on that. I mean, let me just play this all the way to the end. Here is, this will be Sunday, March 9. Sunday, March 9. Zonal flow. Chilly, there's a 549, 550 height over Portland. That's a snow level at pass level to maybe 3,000 feet in the Cascades at the lowest, but nothing overly cold and certainly just rain. Some of the modeling are showing fairly active weather through the first 2 weeks of March, but by then we're kind of out of the snow chances for the valley. All right, let's go around the horn. So these are, let me update this so I can show you make sure I'm showing you the 7 o'clock temperatures. Here we are. See Salem at 55 really stands out as too warm, right? I called the National Weather Service 2 days ago and they confirmed they've had techs looking at that weather site down in McNary Field in Salem where the temperature has been running too warm. So they're aware of it. They're looking into it. Let's take a look at some temps. Medford, look at this. 60 today, 60 tomorrow, 57 Monday. Wow. 59 Tuesday. Rainy weather Sunday, Monday, and then by Tuesday it's all over. And there's the really nice weather Wednesday, 65 degrees. Okay. We talked about the potential wind warnings for parts of our state, especially during the day Monday. Over in Central Oregon, absolutely, this will be rain developing later today, 58, rain overnight into Sunday, into Monday. Look at the temperatures. Probably be above freezing Monday night. That's probably too cold. And then you go on the dry run. It could be 60 in Central Oregon on Wednesday as well. Pendleton. Okay, a lot of you, several of you keep commenting on this. I know it's misspelled. This is an auto feed that I have plugged into from NOAA. I can't control it. It's an auto feed that comes my way. I can't make any changes to this. I have done what I can as a consumer to email them to let them know there's a misspelling on their feed. That's all I can do. I don't know if they're ever going to correct it or not. All right, rain on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then all dry Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And again, even Pendleton on Sunday was looking at temperatures actually today, Sunday, Monday, nearing 60 degrees. Wow. Okay. All right. What about our capital city? This like 60s all the way into Monday, and then the rain winding down Tuesday, and then 63. I don't think there's a chance of rain on Thursday. I think that falls apart. Those are nice days of temperatures all in the 60s. So the other big weather story really is all this the warm weather we've got building the mid part of next week. This shows rainy weather into Monday for North Bend. There's going to be at times where you've got wind, especially on Monday, where there's some wind warnings in the area or expected wind warnings. And then you've got drying out with temperatures in the mid 60s on Wednesday. Well, that's nice, right? Okay. Who have a nice showing? Let's go up to Seattle. Even here, it's lows in the 40s, daytime highs in the 50s, and that drying out on Tuesday into Wednesday. They've got a chance of rain on Thursday, Friday of next week, but not down here in Oregon. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Eugene, did I show you Eugene spelled correctly? Thank you very much. I shouldn't laugh at it. It's annoying. It annoys me too. Rain into Monday, Tuesday, 60-degree temperatures though. Wow, really warm. Okay. Here's my 7 day, courtesy of Hazeldale Tire Pros for Portland up in Clark County. 57 this afternoon. The rain picking up between noon and 2 o'clock. The main rain event that will be steady. Steady out throughout much of the day Sunday with heavier rain rates. 58 degrees. Notice the overnight lows Sunday morning, 54. Monday, still 50 in the morning to 55. Rain at times with that final front passing and some breezy to gusty south winds. Tuesday, it's all over, but it looks like there's some lingering showers coming in a northwest flow pattern, 54. And then I think we just go mostly sunny and temperatures at 60s for 3 days on a row on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I did want to let me back this up because I did want to show you just to kind of drive home real quick that the mountain is warm. It's 38 in Meadows right now. Ski Bowl, these are rising snow levels at this time. Timberline's already above freezing. Their temperature is going to continue to rise. This shows Government Camp at 46 today, 46 Sunday, 46 Monday. It's 37. All the passes are wet right now. All the passes are wet. Still some snow, but above freezing temperatures over the blues on Highway 84. Again, this is all these pass cameras are on my Mount Hood forecast page, sponsored by Hillcrest Ski and Sports in Gresham, and you can find all this on my weather site, portlandweather.com. All right, I'll talk to you soon. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. We'll start looking at rising river levels when I talk to you probably Sunday afternoon.